Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Sunday to you all. Hopefully, you are enjoying your weekend, or of course, if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully having a great day nonetheless. It is Sunday, and that means we continue with the discography deep dive of On and Off. And last week, we made it to On and Off's very first studio length album in On and Off My Name, with the legendary Beautiful Beautiful leading the charge. Today, we make it to the repackage of that album, City of On and Off. 14 tracks long, but we're only doing the 3 new songs today, which means we don't really have a lot of new music to cover. Well, yeah, we don't have a lot of new music to cover. Because we've already done Ugly Dance. We're going to listen to it again, but we've already done Ugly Dance as part of the MV marathon. And then we only have My Genesis Übermensch and The Dreamer to go through. So very short. I will consider doing popping. I'm going to see how I'm feeling after this. It's been a really long day, a really hot day. I was out and about running errands for the house, kind of getting the house ready, like summer proofing. So getting, insect traps, getting putty for the AC housing, like little stuff like that, so that this house will be somewhat bearable during the summer. Walking to and from the home improvement store, it's about 1.5 kilometers of a walk. Heat index of 42 Celsius with humidity of over 75%. It's like walking through soup. It's hot. Like, I've gone through a liter of sports drink. I'm working on liter number 2 at the moment, and it's taken a toll on my body. So I'm going to do the 3 songs from City of On and Off. Go make dinner. Upload all this. Go make dinner. After eating dinner, if I'm still feeling up for it, I'll go and record Popping, because Popping is only a 5-song mini album, and I reckon if we can get 2 out of the way, it'll actually make my schedule a lot easier to deal with in the future, especially towards the end of the month, because I'm very busy at the end of the month. So, I've waffled long enough. Let's get into the album list, shall we? Here we go. Oh my goodness, I cannot get over. Like, I've lived in hot climates before, but the fact that when you're walking, the air feels like it's soup is such a foreign concept to me. Because I've lived in Japan before, but I haven't experienced a Kanto region summer like this in 23 years. And since then, global warming and stuff has made it very warm here in this region of the world, and it's hot. Anyways, enough about my complaining. Let's get into it. Track number 1, Chum Cho, Ugly Dance. Lyrics by Huang Hyun, composition Huang Hyun, arrangement Huang Hyun of Mono Tree. If I remember correctly, I think this is the title track that, when we were doing our little title track marathon, clicked with me the least off of first listen. It was a little bit more like of a complex song, and especially if we go in chronological order, the fact that it followed Beautiful Beautiful, it's a very big shock to the system, so to speak. But I did hear this live, so I should like this more, right? I haven't listened to it since the show, so it'll be a good refresher for me. 1 and 2 and 3 and... It's just so different from the previous song. It's very earwormy, though. I will give it that. it's now that I'm listening to it now, it's got a lot of different elements from previous songs that like my brain's picking up on, because it's got like the kind of pretty classical elements from Hi Wyatt. It's got certain classical elements from, say, you know, like Y era, but it's also sonically probably the most out there instrumental that we've gotten from an on-and-off song so far. Because it's not like outwardly EDM-y, it's not bright and poppy, it's not dark and dramatic. It's kind of forging its own path. It's like this pre-chorus, in like the overall context, feels very bright, doesn't it? Have we had Minkin on a thumbnail yet? I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to find thumbnail shots now. Because I know I haven't had a Sungjun thumbnail yet, and I need to get him in one. 1, 2, and 3. You know what? I'm gonna save this stop for later. You have to do it. You just have to do that. Like, you can't not do the 1 and, or the, what is it, the 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 and you have to do it. You just have to. It's like you listen to this song and your brain immediately is like, yes, you have to count along with them. But okay, the one thought I had while we were listening to this, riddle me this, to longtime fuses who've listened to their music on you know, repeat for years at this point. What is different about Wyatt's verses in Ugly Dance? Because it's his verses, especially in this song, are tickling my ears in a way that I feel like I haven't experienced from an on and off song up until this point in their discography. Is it just the fact that it's lower than usual? Is that why? Or is it like some different way that he's been recorded? I don't know what it is. But it's just hitting a little bit different. And I don't think I clocked onto that the first time around. That's really interesting to me. I bet it's a really small detail, but it's making a whole world of difference. Huh. Interesting. Gosh, wow, that stumped me a little bit. Interesting. I wonder if I can figure that out if I just listen to the song more, because I think, yeah, again, just based off of the title tracks, Ugly Dance is the one that I have the least mileage out of. Having said that, though, like, listening to this live definitely helps in the enjoyability factor of it. It's like, when you're in a concert hall full of fuses, like, listening to this song, and you get to that choo-choo, 1 and 2 and 3 and you have to do it. Like, it's so easy to join into, and that's the thing. Like, if we're going from an audience participation card, let me try that again. Audience participation. There we go. Ugly Dance is essentially your perfect song, right? Because it's got the super easy to remember lyrics, or I mean, you're literally just counting in English, right? The choreo, you can kind of do whatever you want as long as you're indicating with your hands 1, 2, 3, and as long as you know when it's coming up, yeah, you're immediately gonna get involved with it. And I think that part, like the audience participation part, can make a song. It makes the song, I think, for me. Nice. Yes, we have a self-cam for my Genesis, parentheses, Übermensch. Track number 2, Huangqian across the board. Cool. Do we have captions? No, we don't. Y'all know how much I love a rock song. Hold on a second. Cabaret Lounge? What? Yo, with the muted brass? The heterochromatic contact lenses on Sunjin. Good look. Man. This is honestly, the contrast you get from this like lounge jazz and that crunchy hard rock, the separation but the connection is so neat. Like, what a contrast you get from the two. You go super classy to super crunchy beat. Ow. Jammed too hard to punch my desk. How many hair colors did Ishin have this era? My goodness. What? Wait, hold on. That's terrific. Oh yes, the outtakes. Action. 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 내 파트 아니잖아. God, I love self-made MVs, man. I think it's so evidently clear how much an artist enjoys their music when you get self-cam MVs. Like I mentioned this last week, some of my favorite MVs, like from my old group Dreamcatcher, are the self-cam MVs because they're just so fun and you can feel the fun coming through. I also really like that, like the Übermensch portion ends up becoming ad-libs throughout the song. Because I think the pronunciation of the word Übermensch is very different to like your Korean delivery, right? Übermensch. I feel like it's using consonants and vowel combinations that isn't very common in Hangul, which is super neat. Kind of dorks. Absolute dorks. This is a long outtake sequence, my goodness. Shh. See, like they're having fun with their music. What else do you want? The artists enjoy the music that they're making. They're having fun with it. It's very healing on the soul, you know what I mean? But yeah, that song is terrific. Wow. Like, it's got such a classiness to it, but also such a nice crunchiness to it. Oh. Yeah, I kind of want to go back and just listen to the beginning again. What a switch up! Like, that is so cool. Because the thing is, I am kind of a sucker when it comes to woodwind instruments. That's saxophone included, but yeah, isn't that really like complicated? A saxophone is a brass-bodied instrument, but because it uses a reed, it's considered a woodwind instrument. I never liked that because it's like it's the odd one out for both sides, right? Because it's the only brass-bodied woodwind instrument, but it's also, you know, like if you look at it from a woodwind point of view, but if you look at brass instruments, it's the only brass-bodied instrument that uses a reed. So it's like the middle of both. And it just doesn't feel like it's categorized in the right place. But anyways, that's classical minded me rant over. That's like woodwind opening. It's very classy. It takes you to like your 1920s, you know, your speakeasy lounge type vibes. I think like early jazz is so cool. I never got to play because my grade school program didn't have a brass band. We only had string orchestra. That's why I played violin growing up. But like, that is so tasteful. And you're thinking, oh, are we going to go a little bit elegant? Maybe think of like an upbeat song along the lines of Jazz Lounge meets Moscow Moscow, you know, upbeat version of it. Like, initial impressions, that's what you're expecting. But then like, it goes into this really crunchy, really nice guitar riff, by the way. Like, as an 80s music kid that grew up on the hard rock and like the hair metal scene, yes, hello. But the fact that this song just so comfortably flip-flops back and forth between lounge jazz, hard rock, and just does it so effortless is amazing. Wow. That one left a very good impression on me. That one just, okay. The Dreamer is going to have to pull out an absolute worldie to dethrone my Genesis, but only one way to find out. Track number 3, the last of the new songs on this album. Listen, lyrics by GDLO and Wyatt. Cool. Composition GDLO. Arrangement GDLO and Hwanghyun. So Hwanghyun got involved with the arrangements, but not the composition. Cool. I'm a dreamer. So track number 3 gets the soft song again. I wonder who decided that, because this has happened way too many times to be a coincidence now. Ooh. Hello, Unison Harmonies. It's so pretty. It's almost wintry. It's not written on the right key for it, but it's almost wintry. Is that a Wyatt vocal run in the background? You know what it is? It's that late night vibe, not quite like 11 p.m., but maybe like 7 p.m. So like night vibes with the coziness of like a wintry ballad, but with the brightness of a song that you get from like May. Which, I mean, I guess end of April, it kind of makes sense in that regards, but it's just so pretty. Oh, thank you. It does feel... That vocal run in the background, it's so subtle, but it's so cool. Oh, what is this outro? Oh, that outro just kind of threw it into a different gear there all of a sudden. Ooh. Oh, that was kind of tasty. Oh, yeah. Why is the Dreamer so cozy sounding? Wow. It's very cool though. Very easy. Very nice to listen to. And it's a cuddly song, if that makes sense. And the way it just kind of radiates and the way it's been mixed, I think the title The Dreamer is really interesting because this song isn't the Dreamer. You who is listening to it is the Dreamer, and this is like the song of the dream world that you're being teleported to. That's really cool. And for the Dreamer, it's entirely down to how this has been mixed for me, because it takes advantage of the very wide range of vocals that On and Off are capable of, across the board when it comes to their members. Like, you've got people who've naturally got higher voices, who naturally have lower voices. That is just how human nature works. But what the Dreamer does is it takes every single piece of that formula and kind of puts them through all over the place. So, like, usually people who have the little, like, vocal runs and stuff have the kind of airy high tones, right? Not in the Dreamer. You get those high vocal runs, but you also get the low vocal runs as well. You get low vocal on main, you get high vocal on main, you get high vocal on ad-libs, you get low vocal on ad-libs, you get really nice drawn out notes in the choruses, you get short rhythmic stuff in your verses, you get the full spread on display. This is the charcuterie board of On and Off vocals, essentially. Had to throw in a food analogy in there, am I right? Or am I right? But really, there's so much different On and Off vocal to choose from in the Dreamer. And then it's all packaged up in this really just gorgeous instrumental track and really pretty mixing that, yeah, has the coziness of a winter ballad with the brightness of a late spring song and that almost soft dreaminess of a late night vibe song that you often get in OST Saturdays and stuff. Wow. That's extremely impressive. This is very interesting. As I thought for sure my Genesis Übermensch was going to just cakewalk beside of the repackage. I'm not sure anymore. In fact, if I have to rank um, my songs from just the repackaged side of things, and I rarely say this, but I reckon Ugly Dance might have to take that bottom spot, which feels so bad because I think Ugly Dance is a really charming song, but just the sheer shock factor you get in the two genre style of My Genesis and just the prettiness of the Dreamer, it's oh wow, that's actually made this really difficult for me now. Man, I wonder if that's a hot take or not. That Ugly Dance is my like my lowest ranking of the new songs on this album. Do let me know. Please be nice about it, but do let me know because I'm really curious to hear what your thoughts are on the repackage. And honestly, for a repackage, it's actually very good. Like oftentimes when I've come across a repackaged album, the sometimes the new songs don't really feel cohesive with the previous the previous pre-package, so to speak. For me, there you do. I mean, I think On and Off My Name being a very long but also very varied album definitely helps with the repackage side of things because you do get a very nice range of songs and it just kind of adds to the repertoire of the really wide range of music and nothing really feels out of place, which definitely works in this album's favor, especially the repackage's favor. But man, those three songs on top of the 11 we got from On and Off My Name, that's a solid repackage right there. But I am going to wrap it up here for City of On and Off. I feel like that went on for a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I mean, the songs definitely called for a lot of talking from my side of things, so great success on that side of things. Again, if you skipped ahead earlier, and you might have not even watched on to this point, but besides the point, I am going to go and upload all the rest of the stuff. We've got two Cheon stuff from her comeback, and then of course this On and Off album. So we've kind of stuck in the WM camp when it comes to music today. Like all day, it's just been WM music, which is super neat. But I'm gonna upload these three. Go make dinner, eat dinner, and if I'm feeling up for it, I actually do have them pulled up. Actually, yeah, you can't even see that. I have this pulled up. I have everything queued. So we could, if I'm feeling up for it, jump onto popping later today. So keep your eyes peeled for it. It'll be, if it does come out today, it'll be out in, I don't even know when I'll get around to this, but it'll be out at later today if I get around to it. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you're interested. But that is going to be it from me today. Thank you all for listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today. Let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Oh, excuse me. Whether it be, checking with your family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street, just one small act of kindness may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.